father and daughter in Brooklyn. Hey, what the heck is happening in Harlem and Brooklyn? Is Harlem and Brooklyn? You do have a lot of homework, Annie Marie. Is Harlem and Brooklyn the pit of the five boroughs? Is Harlem and Brooklyn the pit of the five boroughs? It's a woman, father and his daughter, and a daughter was found with their neck slashed in Brooklyn. Check it out.
A disturbing story out of Brooklyn. Police have identified the father and daughter who were found dead with their throats slashed in their home in Cypress Hills. News 4's Gabi Acevedo live this afternoon. Gabi, I understand you have some new information from police?
That is correct. Police are looking into this case. I saw detectives coming in and out of the home during the day. And at this hour, you can see behind me, family and neighbors gathered to honor the victims in a vigil. They're all in shock about the violence that happened at this home here in Cypress Hills.
Y'all said the Bronx? The Bronx is the pit? What's the worst of the five boroughs? Is it the Bronx? Because there's parts of Brooklyn that I know is dope because I've been to it. Bronx is worth, although people is nicer. Is the Bronx the pit of the five boroughs? Y'all let me know.
Father and daughter lived for over 30 years. And Natalie, as you mentioned tonight, police sources are telling News 4 they have someone in for questioning. Investigators working the crime scene after a gruesome discovery inside this two-story Brooklyn home.
You hear things like this and you know.
I don't think I've ever been to
home. The words can't even describe.
Police say 66-year-old Jacqueline DeLyons and her father, 91-year-old Roseville Simmons, both found dead on the kitchen floor of their house on Warwick Street. Their throats had been slit.
Feeling and just trying to get a sense of why and what happened and how it, everything. And we don't have any of those answers.
That's true, Tyra. But we got to get the negative stuff out the way.
Tragedy what happened.
Roseville Simmons was known to people in the community as Bubba. Friends of the family say Jackie was a very religious person and that in recent years she was sharing one of the floors inside the home with a man.
Before this horrific incident happened, she was writing down some scriptures with her brother and herself at a prayer line.
Detectives canvassed the scene looking for evidence. Police sources are questioning someone in connection to this case. Neighbors tell News 4 it's a man who also lived in the building.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with this guy. This guy was calm and peaceful. I never heard.
I am very, very skeptical of everybody at this point in my life. And I don't know if it's just the fact that I've been doing the Millionaire Morning Show and being a content creator for so long that now I am skeptical, because usually when something happens to you, it comes from somebody that you know. Now, unless you out here sliding and gliding and being extra and making yourself all known and you moving recklessly and everybody, if it's not one of them situations, 9 times out of 10, when you see these crimes and when you see stuff happening, it's somebody else that live in the building. It's somebody that you know. It was not some random attack or something like that. I am incredibly, incredibly skeptical of every single thing that I see nowadays. It's almost like the older I get, the more skeptical I become. Trayon White. Y'all remember who Trayon White, the DC Councilmember that got caught up in the bribery charges? And they released the video of them bribing him on camera. Well, he's recently appeared in court and he has some things to say. Check it out.
Can we talk to you?
1 second. Yeah, you can stand right there. You gotta keep them close.
Sir, can you
So today was a day we set our trial dates. I'm extremely comfortable with my attorneys. I have 2 sets of attorneys right now. Just taking it one day at a time. I do want to say this. I am entitled to a due process like everyone else. I'm a citizen of the United States of America. Here in D.C., we are concerned about President Trump becoming president and what that can mean for D.C. I'm a Democrat, but I have nothing against the incoming President Trump. But I want to say this. As a citizen, I would expect the council to give me the same, and the people of Ward 8 the same justice that we allow the federal government to give us, and that's just the vote of the people. 20,000 people voted for me to be the council member last week of the ward in Ward 8, and so we entitled to have our rights heard as well. And so we plan to fight the government in court and just go through the process. And I think that we have to hear the voice of the people. 20,000 people voted for me last week. We want to represent the people of Washington, D.C. well, and I plan on having meetings with certain leaders in the community to ensure that we're moving Ward 8 forward.
Trayon, why are you arguing you're not guilty?
What do 20,000 people voting for you got to do with whether or not they caught you on camera taking bribes for things that you're supposed to be doing inside of the community? I'm confused. So if 20,000 people vote for you, but you're on camera, and what does Trump have to do with your case at all? What is the comparison? Now, again, y'all got to be careful of these liberals and these Democrats because they will throw a bunch of word salad up and start to have a conversation with you. Let's continue to hear what he got to say. I don't know what he talking about.
Thank you.
Did you betray your council? Did you betray your constituents at all, Councilmember Dwight?
And is this more of a reflection of the people? Because it means that if you just popular and you got some braids in your hair and you say black power, man, let me tell you something, bro. I can get a whole new demographic of people as soon as I put on my dashiki and I say black power. I can get a whole new demographic of people if I put on my dashiki and I say black power, bro.
Why are you arguing you're not guilty in this case? But not guilty. Why are you arguing you're not guilty?
Can you be an effective council member while this is going on?
Walk. No more comments. Come on. No more comments.
Anything you would like to say to your
She got on that Gucci scarf. I see you, boo. And she got on the Gucci bag. Did they get that with the bribe money?
Would you like council to drop the ad hoc committee while you're working?
Is it possible that Trump in the White House could actually help your case if he fires any of the prosecutors?
Where's this from?
All right, don't look like he answering no more questions. I don't want to hear nothing else from Democrats at all. Because you know what the first thing that they'll say? Well, we all know that Trump should have never had no charges in the first place because that was really election interference. But the first thing that people will say, black people will say, oh man, I'm not never voting for somebody that's a convicted felon. Okay, well, what is this? What the hell is it? They got this guy on camera taking bribes when the money was supposed to be diverted over to the community. Anyways, and then last but not least, Boeing is beginning layoffs. Starting immediately, they're going to start notifying people.
All right, Taylor, thank you. Today, Boeing employees will learn if they will have a job in January, and that includes some machinists who just wrapped up a 2-month-long strike. Fox 13's John Hopperstad in the newsroom right now. John, how many job cuts are we talking about?
Well, Bill, according to the Seattle Times, this could be 10% of Boeing jobs cut by mid-January, and that's about 17,000 workers. And today is when employees will find out if they'll be losing their job this holiday season. These cuts will be spread out across the company, targeting overhead and non-essential positions. Engineers and production workers will also be part of the layoffs, and that includes some machinists who just finished up with that strike. Now, the machinist strike heavily impacted Boeing's ability to make and deliver planes, and according to the Seattle Times, the company only delivered 10 jets from Washington in the entire month of October. 4 other jets were delivered from their South Carolina assembly plant, and that's the lowest total since the height of the pandemic 4 years ago. It also pales in comparison to their top competitor, Airbus, which did deliver 62 commercial jets in the month of October. Now,
struck yourselves right on out of a job. Hit the picket line, and now you about to get your notice effective immediately. No holiday money, no bonuses, no Christmas, no Thanksgiving, no New Year's, no Martin Luther King Day, no Veterans Day, no nothing, no 4th of July. Listen. Struck yourself right on out of a job. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Hit the picket lines, and now you about to hit the unemployment line. Ain't that something? They said we want a record contract. They said, we got you. We got you.